We are back with the Who in Stray Kids is a Dom series with the second Dom of the group, Hyunjin. I know not a lot of people think he's a Dom, but he definitely is. And this comment about him being an Aries Mars, I'm definitely going to go into that a lot more, into indicating why he is a very dominant man, even though he may not look it and a lot of stays don't believe he is. Let's go. Disclaimer alert, this is for delusional purposes only. Do not take this too seriously. I do not know Hyunjin in real life. Also, because we don't know his rising sign, I'm going to try and include a lot of detail, but there will be a lot of information I'll be leaving out. So I've done a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of Googling when it comes to trying to find Hyunjin's rising sign. I know a lot of people think that in that episode he revealed his birth time, but he actually didn't. He just revealed the dates and month that he was born. And majority of people actually believe that he might be a Cancer or a Capricorn rising. And I think that with his Leo in the second house, and with his Pisces stellium being in the 9th house, just regarding his career, it might be a fairly high chance that he actually could be a Cancer rising. But regardless of not knowing his birth time, his Pisces stellium is still very apparent with his facial features and with his aesthetic in general. He does have a very dreamy complexion, very siren merman-esque in nature. I know a lot of people believe that he might be a Leo rising. I know that he has very luscious hair. I'm just not feeling a Leo rising from this man. I'm definitely probably thinking he's either a Cancer rising or a Capricorn rising, because he has very masculine features which are also conducive for a Cancer rising, like a strong jawline. But he also has, I guess, the vertical line and the height that's very typical with a Capricorn rising. And I personally feel he looks really handsome in very elegant, traditional, I guess old school, old Hollywood type of fashion, like suits, turtlenecks, tailored fits like this one as well, which is also very representative of a man that typically has a Cancer or a Capricorn rising. Hyunjin has this really rare thing in his natal chart called a singleton. And a singleton is when you have one placement that is in a different house and is in a different element compared to everything else in your natal chart. If you look at Hyunjin's natal chart, what is his singleton? What is the one natal chart placement he has that is completely different from everything else? Give you a second. 3, 2, 1. If you answered his Aries Mars, you are correct. When someone who has a singleton in their natal chart, that singleton becomes very prominent, very obvious, and incredibly influential on the personality, because it's not attached to anything. It has its own room and own space to thrive at the fullest. And this means that in a relationship, Hyunjin is not for the weak, because with having a Pisces stellium, including a Pisces Venus and an Aries Mars, that to me indicates a man who would be incredibly clingy, incredibly needy, which is very attractive in my opinion, but incredibly overwhelming because everything he does is with passion. Like, he's a go hard or go home type of partner, incredibly moody and very temperamental. And definitely if he is a Virgo moon, this would also influence this behavior of his. But even like Pisces in general, they do tend to have control issues. It's just a lot more subdued and less obvious than, say, someone like an Aries, for example. So he definitely would want to, I guess, be I think he definitely would be quite stubborn in relationships. Definitely very controlling, hence the dominant nature. And with all these placements, this indicates that physical touch is probably a very strong love language of his. And so when you're with him, he would be the type that you would feel the love he has for you, like through his body and the way he looks at you. And when I mean like through his body, I mean... I feel the reason why he is so dominant on stage, I also see that a lot of his dominance comes out a lot more when he's doing his solo trips and shoots. And I think it's because he doesn't have to soften that side of him to fit into the dynamics of Stray Kids, into kind of the soft boy role that's been placed onto him. Like, yes, he is a soft boy, that's very obvious, but there is also a very hard, assertive, controlling, very kind of dark, intense side of him that you really don't see unless he comes out on stage. And also, Sonhwa from ATEEZ is also an Aries Mars, and I definitely see that they have a very similar dancing style with them, in that they are extremely aggressive, all hard out, all on the stage. Like, they do not hold back. And I think it's because for them, with their Aries Mars, this is an opportunity for them on stage to release all their pent-up rage, all their anger, all the issues he's having. He just holds it, pents it up, then gets on stage, releases it. And admittedly, like, that's also a really healthy way to, to express his anger on stage. I remember in the palm reader videos, the palm reader mentioning that Hyunjin was in fact good at the Devil's Tango, and that would be incredibly true, because Mars, which represents what someone's interested in the bedroom, rules over Aries and Scorpio in traditional astrology. So those two placements always indicate if someone's going to be really, really good in the bedroom is if they have an Aries or Scorpio Mars. Obviously, there are other really good Mars signs that indicate that as well, but that's just a surefire way to know if someone is going to rock your world, is if they have an Aries or Scorpio Mars. Now, combined with his Pisces Venus, what type of Dom does this make him? This makes him a very hard, primal Dom. Almost... I'm thinking, wait. I don't want to say sadist, because that's not the term I'm looking for. I mean, like, he would be a very animalistic, very mean. He definitely could be a mean Dom, with things like teasing, edging. Degradation is a really common trait that men or people with Aries Mars have. I've mentioned this in my Sonhwa video, that degradation is also probably a big thing that he would be into as well. And his Pisces Mars also makes him a very sensual person, so definitely into things like set play, for example, would be addicted to the way that you smell. I think that fan call of him sniffing that Stays perfume says it all. You have to really go all out with him on a sensual level, like the way that your shampoo and conditioner smells, the way that your body lotion smells, the way that your perfume smells. Those are things he would all find incredibly attractive. How like the man is a really like heavy sweater on stage from how hard he goes? That would carry as well. Like, he would not stop until you are like, both of you are just covered in sweat and you cannot move or walk, and like really, really enjoys putting you into that kind of dreary, unconscious, euphoric headspace. Because again, with his Pisces traits, that also indicates, he loves kind of the serotonin dopamine hit that you get from that type of action, seeing kind of that glazed look in your eyes from how much in a state of heaven you are after his touch. Like, that's what he really finds attractive in a partner. Also, he is a chest man, and no, if you're asking, I'm not going to include his thing for feet, even though it's really obvious, because I did that last time and people were like, why would you do that? Because he is, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Have fun. Bye. We are back with the Who in Stray Kids is a Dom series with the second Dom of the group, Hyunjin. I know not a lot of people think he's a Dom, but he definitely is. And this comment about him being an Aries Mars, I'm definitely going to go into that a lot more, into indicating why he is a very dominant man, even though he may not look it and a lot of stays don't believe he is. Let's go. Disclaimer alert, this is for delusional purposes only. Do not take this too seriously. I do not know Hyunjin in real life. Also, because we don't know his rising sign, I'm going to try and include a lot of detail, but there will be a lot of information I'll be leaving out. So I've done a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of Googling when it comes to trying to find Hyunjin's rising sign. I know a lot of people think that in that episode he revealed his birth time, but he actually didn't. He just revealed the dates and month that
Hyunjin and his love language. Allegedly for entertaining purposes only. Book your personal reading in my DMs. Venus and Mercury in Pisces, and one of his love languages is words of affirmation. Pisces is a super creative sign, so this guy can write songs for his partners. Compliments are super important for him. The more creative his partner shows their love, the more he's gonna love it. But if his moon is actually in Virgo, because without time of birth it's difficult to tell, he is a super critical guy. So he's not that easy to please. Aries, Mars, and another love language of his can be quality time together. He has a competitive nature, so he can have this little fun competitive moments with his partner that he really enjoys. His partner can have Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, Aries placements. Hyunjin and his love language. Allegedly